Maybe musicals.
Yeah, so, it kind of goes like this. It's sort of, beware on the blob, it seeps, it creeps, it slides, it glides along your thighs. Oh my, I can't believe my eyes. What's that? Dripping out
No, none of that.
What?
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, yeah, well, in the words of Jesus to an ex-leper, no pleasing some people. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, and whenever it happens to be that you've decided to drop by our slice of unreality. I'm Max.
And I am Sam.
And this is Maybe Movies, although this month it is Maybe Musicals. It is slightly, yeah. As we have taken it upon ourselves to do the thing that nobody else has ever thought to do.
Probably.
And extract the Phantom of the Opera from his respective milieu, shall we say. In this particular case, it's Gerard Butler's Phantom from the 2004 film. And drop him squarely into, is it Denton, isn't it? Something like that? Is that the name of the place?
It's where the wedding at the beginning is, in Denton, Texas.
That's it. In Texas, anyway, in the early 70s, in the plot of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And we are up to Act 3 of this new version of the film. And if you join us again on Friday, then you'll be able to see Act 1 of the other side of this, which is Frankenfurter looking for a good time in 1890s Paris. Before we leap into Act 3, quickly, as always, thank you again to our new subscribers. Today we're saying thank you to Petrichor Studios, who is an art channel. Do go and have a look. He does some fantastic stuff. Apart from showcasing his own work, mostly does graphic art.
Oh, yeah.
But also has lots of tips and helpful tricks that kind of works. Yes, we'll go with it. Or any aspiring artists out there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Petrichor, for discovering us and joining our tribe. I suppose we'd call them Trent's tribe. Maybe. I don't know. It might work. And also, more importantly, thank you for your suggestion of looking at Jeepers Creepers 3.
Oh, yes.
It is in hand. I must admit, it's not one that I've seen. Have you seen it?
I don't think I have. I think I've seen the first two, but not the third one.
Same. And annoyingly, it was on Netflix and now it's gone. But we will have a look and see if we can find something to match it up with. And what I actually loved about that as well is that he suggested that before we did the announcement on last week's show.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he did that one. He added that one to Wednesday's show, and then our announcement about if you've got any suggestions, send them to us, went out on Fridays. So, are you reading our minds?
Trendsetter, you.
Trendsetter or trendsetter?
Good question.
We'll shelve that one for another day. That's pretty much all I had to say, because I think we both want to jump back into this.
Yes.
As always, again, if you are new to the channel, please do bung us a like, hit the notification bell, and if you really like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel. You are more than welcome. We are lustily approaching, I'm only saying that because it's appropriate to this,
Of course,
our first 100 subscribers. We'd like to get there, I think, if possible, before we get to our kind of year anniversary of this show, because we started doing this in August last year.
Indeed. So, we have Wise Up, Janet Wise. And again, it's the same song, but with some slight differences, because it's not talking about her sexual talent, it's talking about her vocal talent, isn't it?
Which I did actually make a note of as a possible replacement lyrics.
Yeah.
For this one.
Yeah, so the song is still Wise Up, Janet Wise, but it's just slightly different verbiage, which is good. That's great. We don't lose anything there.
Yeah, the only bit that I picked up on was his line, or the lyric, "Your apple pie don't taste too nice."
Yes.
So again, simply, your voice don't sound too nice.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Something along those lines. What I was going to say about this? I mean, obviously he's angry at Janet anyway because she immediately rushes to Rocky into Rocky's arms when they reveal Eddie's body.
Yes.
And the chase ensues. At the same time, as a result of their unexpected union, they've both found certain levels in their voice that they'd hitherto had not been able to attain.
Right, yeah, okay.
So, whereas in the original song, obviously he's angry with, Frankenfurter is angry with Janet because of that, but also it's that insinuation that there's no getting out of here, you're trapped here, you are at my, you're here at my mercy, if you like. Whereas in this case is, well, actually, maybe I can work with both of them to achieve whatever it is he's trying to achieve. So in this case, the song is about, you can't get out of here, you're my plaything now to do as I please. It still has the same thing, but again, as you say, for slightly different reasons.
Yeah. Now, this is where I think things are going to get different, is when we move into the floor show.
Yes.
Because obviously the Phantom has a very different sensibility to theatrics to Frankenfurter. You know, the Phantom is a creature of the opera, Frankenfurter is a creature of cinema. Mm-hmm. So you've got immediately, like, even the set of the floor show is going to look different. Is it going to look like the opera, do we think? Like, literally the opera? So the whole sort of back end of it, if you know what I mean?
The first thing I thought is, I take it we're going to have the Medusa machine, still that all of that thing still happens the same.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because that's still necessary so that he can arrange them as he needs them to be.
But I suppose instead of the white face, they'll have masks like his.
Oh, yeah, because it's still symbolically speaking a similar message that's being said, considering... Yeah.
I mean, they don't even have to be masked. They can be the white face, but in the design of his mask. Yeah.
I like that even better, actually.
Yeah. So
because then he's still the only one with an actual mask.
Yeah, they still pretenders, if you like, in his world.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thought I thought about the setting was...
Are you sure somebody's not trying to communicate with us?
I don't know. Do you know more?
I just stopped as soon as you turned.
Let's again. We'll shelve that for another day.
Another time. Moving on.
Was the backdrop, instead of the RKO aerial, you'd have the Eiffel Tower.
Okay, so we're going to extend his love of opera to kind of the de facto home of opera. We're going to sort of extend it to a love of Paris. Okay, all right. Oh, I see. So, okay, yeah. I can go with that.
The other thing with this, and again, as you're saying, they are very different characters, and what they require performance-wise between them, and it's the one thing that we find out that it's in Frankenfurter's head, but it's the one thing that he can't realise is he wants an audience. So I think maybe we should reintroduce the Transylvanians here, and they are the audience. Because they just vanish, we don't know what happens to them.
Oh, the party's over.
The party's over and then they go.
They go, yeah.
There's no reason why we couldn't, in our version, just have them filling in the deck chairs, watching the show.
I do see what you're saying, but we kind of lose that moment later with I'm Going Home.
Of course we do.
With the Phantom audience.
Of course we do. Fair enough.
That is one of those truly beautiful little moments in that film. I don't want to lose.
I did have a little thing for this as well, which I thought you might like, and again, obviously with the Phantom singing everything. Sorry, is there anything else that you wanted to add to the decor, as it were?
I mean, I don't know, because there's part of me that's saying it should be more operatic, but then, burlesque had its origins in the late 1800s, and Moulin Rouge, all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's essentially the origins of burlesque.
Yeah, it's kind of that divide between.
Because I was wondering if their costumes would be different, but I don't know. Thematically, Paris in the late 1800s is the home of that's the bohemian / burlesque
kind of music hall. Those kind of things all grew out of that, didn't they?
They grew out of that, and yeah. So I'm wondering if it is thematically appropriate to have them dressed very similar to how they were in Rocky Horror.
Yes, but there's no reason why we cannot add a Victorian slant to it. So possibly they have slightly bigger dresses and things like that.
Okay, yeah, not quite so exposed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, that's cool. That's great.
I was going to say, when you get the curtain up and you've got the Phantom there in centre stage and he delivers the line, whatever happened to Fay Ray.
Yes.
You could sing that. Whatever happened to Christine Daae?
Okay, yes. Yeah, why not?
Just a little nod there. It works. I just thought, they rhyme. Yeah, that would fit in its place.
Oh, yeah. I like that one. That's a nice touch. Little callback. Don't Dream It is, as it's an ode to the theatre or to the opera than it is rather than it is an ode to the cinema.
Again, I had an idea for that as well. Possibly, you could. There's an alternative that we could put in there, especially considering who it's that's saying it. Don't say it, sing it.
Yeah. Took me a moment to percolate that, but I think I do like it, yeah.
And I must admit, when I came up with it, when I was watching it, for about an hour afterwards, I couldn't sing it the right way around in my head. I was singing it just really got stuck in there. I was like, oh yeah, write that down. So yeah, so that will all play out. Do you want to keep the whole thing with the swimming pool and everything? Because that's...
This is why I keep going back to the Phantom sensibilities. There'd be something extravagant.
I think it's probably going to be more pyrotechnics than water.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Everything will be very red.
Mm.
As it is. I mean, I think this is probably the moment where...
there has to be a big-ass chandelier.
Yes! Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, just suddenly remembered, there has to be a big-ass chandelier. It doesn't matter if anything happens with it, it just has to be there. But that's great, because you get lights, you get the bringing in the light in the spectacle, and then you'd come to the pyrotechnics, so it kind of leads into it. So you can actually have the chandelier lower from the ceiling, bringing in the light, and then have that lead into the more pyrotechnic part of it.
Have him on the chandelier, so rather than him being discovered, as the curtains opens, you get the Eiffel Tower, and then the chandelier lowers, and he's on the chandelier.
Yes, that's it. That's the one.
And then we get the arrival, the return of Magenta and Riffraff.
Yes.
Now, I had an idea. I had an idea for this, which kind of sort of feeds into why all of this is happening. So, as we said, he's just taken up with these people, and these people have taken them up with him.
Mm-hmm.
They're there for a mission. So what is the mission that they've come to do? Maybe they think that he can find a way of condensing, I don't know, something like the power of the sonic transducer into the human voice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they think he can do for them. In return for which, they will repair his face.
Okay.
So instead of I'm going home, make me whole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, gold star, sir. Gold star.
When they turn up and they say they're going home, he thinks the mission is over, that he's done, that they've succeeded.
Yeah.
I'm going to be whole, and that's where you get the equivalent of that. And to discover, actually, no, you've done fucked up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's good. That's a good moment. And again, it leaves us with this wonderful song. We get to have the Phantom audience and the lovely little moment. But then, of course, they will reveal that he is mistaken, and he has indeed, as you say, done fucked up. And Rocky and his erstwhile master fall. I'm imagining, obviously, this is the Phantom, so he won't be clumsily attempting to climb the tower. He'll be up and up that thing like a spider. He'll have to take a few shots before they get him, sort of thing, I think. Because he is very agile.
Yes. Yeah, there is another version of this where in his rage he attacks them.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. That would simplify things. And then we get the Rocky moment.
Which would be the same, because again, he is still his creator. And
of course, he's still that same simple creature that would react that way.
And they get told to do one.
Off-ski. And then we have the Aftermath superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, is not really going to change. Everybody's been ruined by this experience in similar ways. The relations have all broken and everything like that. So you still get the song Superheroes at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
More or less, with maybe a couple of tweaks. And then again, double feature.
Yes. And
it's the credits, buddy.
And that's it.
And
we have got to the end. I mean, it's really odd because, again, the third act it's not particularly long. Relatively to everything else that happens before it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty bang, bang, bang. But yeah, there's so much stuff that is sort of shooting all into those last 15, 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is just really nice, and I must admit, I mean, thank you again, for giving us a copy of that. It's been so long since I said it. Even I remembered bits and pieces of it.
Oh, I see.
But even things like "Don't Dream It, Be It" and things like that, which just the undertones of that song was just like. There's just such a wonderful message to it, and I'd completely forgotten.
Well, it's a love letter to all the cinema, isn't it?
It is.
It's really what the film is.
I don't know about you, I like it.
I do. We certainly did not break it.
No.
I'm not sure that we improved it.
That's the thing. Well, we will discuss that.
But we definitely have a film that works.
Cool.
A musical that works, maybe even. I mean, we managed to do it without deleting any of the songs or anything like that, and that's kind of fundamental to a musical, so I feel like we succeeded. If we end up deleting songs, I feel like that's a bit of a failure, unless we replace them with something new.
Which again is a bit out of our remit. So
It's a little bit out of our remit, yeah.
But we have quite quickly then come to the end of the Rocky Horror Phantom Show.
Indeed, we have, folks.
Again, as always, come back in a couple of days and join us on Friday for Act 1 of The Pervert of the Opera.
This should be interesting.
This one possibly don't watch until after the watershed. We don't know.
Possibly.
Is there still a watershed?
I think there is, technically.
Why is it a watershed?
I never understood that. I don't know.
Answers to all of these questions on a postcard if you particularly want to, or you could just put them in the comments for free.
There's also that, yeah.
Until then, if there is lovely weather where you are, then make the most of it, but still find time to come in and say hello.
As always, guys, take care. TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.